25 rider and horse combinations qualified for the grand finale of the Easter Festival, the Nissan South African Outdoor Grand Prix. Barry Taylor has his rising star Nissan Calaho Freedom in the field. Former winner Nicole Horwood has Capital Don Camargo, as well as the top qualifier, which is Capital Conado. So a really classic field to begin this Nissan Outdoor Festival Grand Prix. Barry Taylor with his new star, Nissan Calaho Freedom, to do battle here in the Grand Prix. It's a full Grand Prix track, water, double, treble, proper classic test of show jumping. This is a really big, sensitive horse. Barry has been very careful with him, produced him slowly. He was lucky enough to get the ride from sponsor Marlene Sinclair, an American now resident here in Johannesburg. Little hesitation jumping into the double. Good jump over the Nissan wall. This is big pressure to these young horses. And Calaho Freedom on his game, jumping a really good round. Barry asking through the treble combination. This is the line, the approach to the water. It starts with this vertical. 7 strides to that, and you see the horse put a foot on the tape. That's going to cost him 4 penalties. And so often time a factor in these competitions. The course designer measuring tighter and tighter. Jumps the last double, clears that. And you see Barry looking to the scoreboard. He finishes with 1 time penalty and 4 jumping penalties for the foot in the water. But he won't be unhappy with that start for this horse's Grand Prix career.
At this point, 1 time penalty, a total of 5.
And now to do battle with the course, it's Jody Peters and Capital Rafika Dor. This pair, former South African champion jumpers. This horse bred at the Capital Stud, based at Hartbeespoort Dam, fairly near Kyalami Park. Jody herself, well bred. She's the daughter of 2 international riders, Sue and Willie. The course designer today, Kevin Spratley from Cape Town.
The Grand Prix course for South Africa is not sort of unique. It must consist of 12 fences. There'll be 16 jumping obstacles, which will include 2 doubles and a treble, and the water jump as well. So yeah, it's quite a lot of efforts in a short distance that the riders have to get over. We'll have the triple bar down to a triple combination that's behind us, the Nissan triple combination, which is the first test in their course, and then after that they'll have the water jump down to a vertical.
Jody jumping really well, she's clear. The end of the course approaching now. Good jump at the water. And then it's the turn back to the last line. This vertical to this double. And this is definitely one of the tests, which is no problem for Jody. Super clear round from Capital Rafika Dor, Jody Peters. Mother of 2 from Benoni, it's Nicola Syme Riley. She rides Sunny Park Stables, El Paso. This is a Namibian bred by the stallion Consuelo, familiar to supporters of show jumping. Tall, slim, very fit, very focused and professional. And interestingly, Nicola and her husband are now embarking on a law degree. I don't know where she finds the time to do all she does. It's quite extraordinary. An El Paso going in a hackamore, that's a bitless bridle. It exerts some pressure on the nose and the back of the jaw, and it's favored by a lot of riders with horses that have difficult or sensitive mouths. So faults being spread evenly over the course. The water's taken its toll, the combinations have taken their toll. Good entry to that treble combination. And a clean exit. Really good. This is a form pair this year. They were in at the death of the competition at the recent Maple Ridge President's Trophy. Easy jump over the water. She sets him up for this last line. Very positive at the double. And there it is. Super clear round. This competition run over 2 rounds, and if there's an equality of faults, then a jump off. So it is something of a stamina test too. A delighted Nicola Syme Riley. Dominic Alexander now back in international ranks. He brought this horse back to South Africa last year. He's been getting the horse fit, putting together a partnership. It's Discovery and Joy 68. This is an E-line Hanoverian. And Dominic showed him in the World Cup at the end of last year for the first time. Now very much on form. Not a big horse. Dominic's a tall man. And he's been having a really busy Easter show. He's been successful, as you saw earlier, in the dressage classes on his wife's breeding stallion, Don Natiello. Really good form through that. And the horses start to relax. You can see the horse opening behind. A partnership at this level with such a horse can take easily a year to put together. And Dominic would be ahead of that schedule. Good entry. Rubs the middle element, leaves it up, and is clear through the Nissan treble. Riders start to know that they're going clear. The pressure mounts towards the end of the track. Very bold ride at the water and well clear of it onto the grass. Now the last line. And there it is. Super clear from a delighted Dominic Alexander. Now one of the most beautiful horses in the ring. It's the Callao Stallion. This is Lissabon by Laudanos. Ridden by the diminutive Mandy Johnson, the principal Callao stud rider. And this horse's progeny is going to be offered for sale for the first time this year at an auction at the end of May at Christiana, the Callao stud. And this horse scored a spectacular win in one of the qualifying classes, the Speed Accumulator. It was one of the hottest classes of the show. He jumps with beautiful form. He goes in a snaffle, and he's able to be ridden by a small woman. So what better advert for a breeding stallion? And of course, he's the crowd's darling with his spectacular looks. Mandy setting him up for the line to the treble combination. This competition run at 400 meters a minute, and the time allowed is definitely a factor. The course designer gives them no space to pull up or shorten. Mandy displaying the ideal 400 meters a minute canter. Steadying him for the vertical to the water. And he has a think about the water, but she's positive and gets away with it. So that'll have had everybody holding their breaths, including Mandy. Clear to the last line. And a very good through the last double. So clear round from Callao, Lissabon, Mandy Johnson.
Beautiful clear round, getting up to hold our breath in the water. Callao, Lissabon, Mandy Johnson.
And from one beautiful stallion to another, it's the Mark White Nissan Capital Colnado. This horse owned by the Capital Stud, sponsored by new sponsors in the game, Mark White Nissan. And Nicole was a winner of this Grand Prix last year with Capital Don Camargo.
My strategy leading up to a Grand Prix is just to remain consistent, just to qualify well. Both my horses have been on really good form. I'm jumping 2 stallions, 2 Capital Stallions, and they both placed very well in the qualifying classes leading up to the Grand Prix. So they've qualified really high and they're both on form. So I'm very confident for today.
by Coleman out of a Coronado mare, and it would be wonderful to understand Henning Pretorius' strategy in acquiring a stallion such as this. These gems don't leave Europe easily. It's remarkable that a horse like this is in South Africa. He is perfect. He jumps with perfect style. He is so rideable. He's very good looking. And 10 out of 10 to Henning for bringing such a stallion and making him available to the riders of South Africa, which is the case. Watch this. Perfect over the water. Just knees up and opens out. And now galloping down to the last line. He rubs nothing. It's really enjoyable, his extravagance behind. Like that. And there they go. Clear round. Nicole Horwood, top qualifier. Capital Coronado.
Number 25, upright distance, Capital Coronado.